Hello and welcome. Our guest today is Abdi Nageeye, who is a Somali-Dutch long-distance runner. He is the silver medalist at the Tokyo 2020 Marathon Olympics. So, Abdi, could you please tell us something about yourself?
First of all, everyone, assalamu alaikum. My name is, as you said, Abdi Nageeye. I was born in Somalia. I left Netherlands when I was around 5, 6 years old. I stayed there for around 4 or 5 years. Then after turbulent some couple of years, Syria, Somalia, back to Ethiopia, back to the Netherlands. I stayed with Dutch family. From 2005 until 2008. I started running end of 2007. Just by accident, I always liked football, as many other Somali people, Somali young boys. And since 2010, I really thought I can do something with my running career. And I started focusing to train in Ethiopia and Kenya. I was coming more often here. And actually, yeah, since 2010, 11, I tried to be a full-time athlete, just to do running. It's not easy. And yeah, so that's how I started running.
Yeah, I mean, your first involvement in athletics, what caused the interest? Was it you seeing someone run, or what caused the interest in athletics in you? Because other time,
it was really by accident. I had nothing to do with running. I was living in typical, very Christian little village, small village in Holland, who do less sport. And it was on a birthday, and one of the guy was a jogger, and he just told me what I was doing in the summer, because he knew I was playing football. And I told him, actually, we promote to the next championship, now regional, and I want to improve my condition because I'm not the strongest guy. The most white guys, they were much stronger than me, the farmers. But I was this little skinny East African guy. So I said, I can improve on the speed, not on muscle and to be big, but I can do more with my speed. And he's like, hey, why don't you join me for running? And I thought he's telling me something crazy. Because when we do warming up on the football field, that was feeling long, just 4 laps. So I was thinking he's crazy, but he insisted to come with him, and I went with him. And every runner know that when you run and you come back, you have that amazing feeling. I never had that with football. Like you just go to the street, forest, wherever, and you're coming back, and had that nice feeling when I came back. So I asked him again, and after four or 5 times, he told me there is a village next to us, a small race, 5 kilometers. I was thinking, a race, like competition? Now I think competition like football. So it's like, no, it's just small around the church. And I went with him, and I won the race. And the feeling towards the finish, sprinting to the finish, was amazing feeling. So yeah, one of the speaker asked me, what's your club? And I told him my football club. And he was like, I don't know that club. I said, no, the club from that village. And he said, no, you're athletic club. And I told him, I don't have athletic club. I don't know what the athletic club is. Are they there? And yeah, so it was from that moment, I just liked it.
Was there any time when you were growing up where you are gravitating towards football, where you thought football is a very popular sport, and said, I'd rather be playing football than getting involved in running?
I think every Somali kid dreams to be a footballer. But as we say in Somali, it means, when you're sitting and you see something, you think it's easy. So we all think it's easy. We all think it's just, I can be a professional football player. So we all go to football. And that's a culture that we have as a Somali community, that we do what the rest do. We go to South Africa, the business is good there. Before you know, a couple of 100,000 Somalis are there. Then we said Turkey is good. Then we go all the way to Turkey. I think it's from the Nomad when the rain is there, it's green. So you all go there. So we follow each other. And so I was just the same as any Somali kid. I thought football is the best and it's the most beautiful sport and I can do it. And then you go there and then you realize it's not that easy, whatever the cause is. Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Could you tell us something about, I mean, your early competitions and what encouraged you to pursue into, the path of athletics as a career?
Yes.
Yeah, because it will come to a certain point where you think, yeah, I'm good at this. I'm going to pursue this. So were there some competitions where you took part in that encouraged you toward that way?
Sorry. Yeah, for sure. I knew I had talent, but then it was talent in Netherlands. I was one of the best in Netherlands as junior, as under 18, under 19. But then you realize soon there are much bigger competitions. There are Kenyans and Ethiopians, and the challenge will start then. So it was there, but then you realize again it's not enough. So you think I'm good because you are winning your village races, your regional races, and then you realize, whoa, now you are going step to another step, and it is then that you have to keep going. So it was not a one moment, but it was every time that I was realizing again, they are much older guys than me, who are faster, stronger, and you are going from under 18, under 20, under 23 to the seniors. And that's where the difficulty is, because when you are under 20, you can be champion there, but then it is how you will perform when you go to the big guys. And the same with football, you can see a very talented kid every big club wants, and sometimes it's very dangerous because now he's thinking, I'm the next Ronaldinho, and then he will go maybe too early to Madrid or to Manchester and he will fail. So it was not the one moment, but it was there that I had the belief, but not the belief that I was able to do it easy. The struggle was always there.
Yeah, okay. Do you remember, probably you said you are very good at your age group or your age in various competitions in Netherlands during that time. Do you remember when you first won, your first national title, and what distance was it?
As junior, it was cross country.
Yeah.
The junior cross country I won, and then even in the next year I won the senior cross country. But that time Netherlands was not good at senior level, in European level or World Championship level. So it was easy for me to win in the Netherlands. But the same moment, my same age group will beat me when they are from France or Germany or from UK. So, but the first in Holland, it was junior 2008 and then senior 2009 as cross country.
Okay. So as you are progressing through the age groups, you are also doing cross country as part of your training and progression.
Yeah, cross country was always there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now I'll just ask you this one. Challenges where all athletes face. What were the challenges that you are facing during this time? I mean, as a young star, what challenges were you facing as a young star coming through the ranks?
You have different challenges and it depends your situation. Let's say like 2008 and 9, I was one of the best in Holland. Not on senior level, but maybe one or two guys were better than me, but as junior and you are promising and the sponsors, they want you. But then you realize that you are not the best in Holland again, because there are other senior guys and in European level. And then it is, the challenge is, okay, how you keep the focus, how you keep the focus. Yeah, that's the right thing, I think, because you can't train too much now, but how you keep everything in good level. So your trainings, your belief in yourself, your school, how you keep things the way they are, and to believe in yourself. So that's the whole focus. And I had that. I knew I need time. I need time. Um, I remember some of the guys, they were beating me, and then and I knew, give me just 2 years and I will beat you, 100%. I just knew it, but I gave myself the time. Uh, Another challenge was financial, especially when you're in Europe. It is more materialistic world. So you go to the age of 21, 22. For your age group, they are buying the first car. They have girlfriends. They go for holidays twice a year. Um, and I was living with Dutch family before that, so my surroundings were much, middle high class white people. So you can imagine that you then uh, and you're already a black and Muslim, so you think like I'm really behind. You know, I need also a car, I need also a girlfriend, I need also holidays. But I was thinking, but is that my goal? My goal is to perform, to run well. They are not strong enough. That's why they need a car. I bought my first car 2018 when I was 29. Until all that days, I was investing in my running. I was like, I don't need a car. If I can taxi, I can take taxi. If and I'm traveling to Kenya, Ethiopia, Flagstaff, France, Pontremo, why should I need a car that costs a lot of expenses? So it was the materialistic thing that I don't need it. I just focused on my running, not as a crazy person, but that was my first thing, and it was really hard. And some guys, they had even double contracted than me. When they reached 23, 24, they didn't keep the focus. They were focusing on their materialistic thing, an expensive apartment, a car, a girlfriend, a holidays. And they dislined. And then they were asking themselves, why I'm running not good and you are running good? No, because you are from Africa. That's why you're running fast. I say, no, I'm going 10 months a year to altitude and you are coming 6 weeks a year. So that's different. Not because I'm black. I was born in Mogadishu, sea level, same as you.
Yeah.
With my whole back and my cuffs, like, oh, you have better posture than me. So don't do it on, you're genetic and this and that. It's just my hard work. So that was, but the good thing is that I knew that. Nobody have told me. I had no parents who were pushing me. But sometimes you have to, read books and about focus, about determination, about discipline. And I just found it by myself. I need the focus. I need to stay in Africa. I need to train with the Kenyans and Ethiopians, even if I have nothing. And 2011, I was in E10 in Kenya. And then I got the injury, so I want to stay longer. Then I went to the ATM, and it was, I had no money. It was finished. Not even finished. I was 1,000 in minus.
Oh.
Because I had still student account. So even though the bank owes me 1,000 euros, and it's like, okay, what shall I do? I called my Dutch family. I told the situation. They said, Abdi, maybe the running is not everything for you. Maybe you can do part-time running. And I was like, yeah. Just give me 2,000. I will pay back, and I will change my ticket. They sent me 2,000. They put in the account. Now I have 1,000 because it was 1,000 minus.
Yeah.
And I changed my ticket, not going to Kenya, not going back to the Netherlands, but to stay 3 months longer in Kenya.
Yeah.
And those are moments that I don't value the money and I don't value the other things. I just knew, let me try this 100%. So I will never regret in my life later that I gave everything. And I just stayed there and I came back and I ran national record of 15 kilometers.
Wow. Yeah. Well, we will go to Rio Olympics in 2016, where you competed and finished now between, which position do you finish in Rio Olympics?
11th.
Yeah, sorry. So you finished 11th in Rio Olympics to move it forward to the next Olympics, which was in Tokyo, where you finished second. And that is a very big, that's a very big improvement over a period of 4 years in marathon. Could you tell us your journey through this? I mean, you have stayed most of the time in Kenya. What were the changes that you made? And how did you change your setup from finishing 11th to coming second in such a major Olympic championship?
Actually, it is more of, you can see that the 11th position in Rio, I was able to finish 5, 6, even a medal in even 2011, 2016. I had a jet lag when I, not a jet lag, but a dip. So when you go, especially when you go to USA, South America and USA,
yeah,
it is much worse. It's better when you go to the East. You have one day you are feeling one day good, the other feeling bad. One day you are flying, the other day you are not feeling well, the other day you are, and it came the day I was not feeling well. It was the competition day. Okay. And I remember the warming up, I knew something is wrong with my breathing. My legs, I was not able to feel it. I thought something's wrong. I never felt this way. It was the worst day. And I think from 32 kilometers,
yeah,
I felt a little bit better. And then I started pushing and I passed 22 people from 32 kilometers to the finish. So I was just flying. I think I had one of the fastest time from 32 to the finish.
Part of the race.
But the improvements were just that I was changing places. I was going to Ethiopia, I was going to Kenya, and actually today I'm silver medalist. But I knew I was able to sit down here today and have 2, 3 world major marathon championship winning. But the mistakes I made was I was too much eager to improve. So I was changing very quickly the coaches, the place, the coach, the place, the coach, the place. I think in my life I changed maybe 13, 14 times the coach and off the place. So, but stayed in with one manager. And I used to, yeah. So that was the mistakes I made. But if I had stayed like in one place, I will improve. But I was so eager to improve that I was changing too much the places, but also it gave me all this experience from different places, different coaches. And today I'm in a really good position. While I'm with a great coach, great teammate, Bashir Abdi, that everything's good, but I was able to do much better.
Yeah, okay. Now, what's your target now as an athlete? I mean, the Olympics, to get a medal at the Olympics is the dream of all athletes. In fact, just to take part in an Olympic is the dream of a lot of athletes. But to get a medal and to get a silver medal, what's your target going forward?
After now?
Yeah, as now going, heading towards the next Olympic cycle or the World Championships or all these races between this period, what target have you set for yourself?
What I learned is with marathons is you have to survive the trainings. And the trainings are the most challenged because we are making 200 kilometers a week. That's, I think, 125, 120 miles a week with high level of speed. So it is that you keep your body healthy, you train well, keep the way you were training. If you think it's good, keep to improve. If it's food, supplements, training, gym, everything. Sorry, and your body will just get stronger and stronger, and you're able to win the races. If I was training with Elliot around 3 years, yeah, it's not more, and he was just doing the same thing. And he's getting older, but the trainings are getting easier because the body just know what to do. The body know the routes, the body know the rhythm, and he would take the same days as off, as holiday, come back, start the same preparation, go to the camp, do the same thing, almost take the same flight,
Yeah.
always, and just do what he did always. You don't have to find the wheel again. So for me, it's the same. I will just train well, train well, train well, stay healthy, stay healthy. That's a challenge. And if you train well, you go to the competition and then you give your best. Um, a marathon is 42 kilometers. Everything can happen.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
that is the challenge with it have. Even if you,
you don't
like
sit with your
Rio,
coach.
in Tokyo, I really believed medal, but
Yeah.
you know, oh my God, the way to go there is so long. Let me focus step by day, week by week, and I will reach there. So of course you have to have the target.
Yeah.
Of course you have to have the goal. I want to win. I want to be on the top. That's the far goal. But today, did I take my rest? Did I sleep well? Did I train well? And when you are training, you are thinking about it, of course, during the race.
Yeah. Great. Could you give us a little bit insight into probably, a training week for an athlete of your level? You are at the highest level of a marathon athlete. Just an insight into a week in Abdi Nageeye's life. If I was to come and swap places with you, which I'm sure I can, but just tell me in 1 week the kind of stuff that goes on in your life in terms of the sports.
It is, of course, the program is number one. Mostly when I'm the last 2 months, I'm always training camp. And training camp is we wake up, we take small breakfast, let's say on Monday, and you go for the easy training. Our easy training is 355 per kilometer, 400. You do 20K, 18K, you come back, you take second breakfast. I go to sleep always for 1.5 hours, 2 hours. You wake up for the lunch, you take the lunch, not too much, because around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you have to go for the second training. And then you go for the second training. That's always easy run. And then you come back, and before you know it's evening, before you know you are nervous about the next training, and you are at 9 o'clock on your bed, call maybe your kids little, and it's going like that. The easy run can be a track training, it can be long training, it can be fast leg, but it is really training, sleep, eat, train, sleep, eat. We are outside of Addis Ababa. Sometimes we really like to, let's go down to have nice coffee, nice place. But your body, the funny thing is when you are really in good training well, you don't want to go because you are afraid something will happen. I'm not take my rest. What else I need? I'm happy because you are healthy and you're training well. So you are the happiest person on earth at that moment. But you see that at least the day they take a rest day or when the day they're not feeling well, let me go to town. Why you're going to the town? Just to refresh your mind. But when you are in full nice training, you don't need anything. I can just sit next to the horses here, have local coffee, made by the Ethiopians here, and drink and then come back and train. You don't need to go anywhere. No cinemas, no shopping malls, nothing. And I can do that for 2 months. But the moment you get injuries, the moment you are not focused,
Yeah.
then is when you need to go town to do this. Let's chill out. Nothing. And then you see people coming back from town, tired, and like, oh, the city is so annoying. It's like, yeah, why you went? Yeah, because they were not feeling well. So then you needed, like for girls, chocolate or ice cream. So that's why they went down. So yeah, that's the typical day. It's really training, eat, sleep between 2 trainings, and sleep early.
Every day. Okay. At the moment, as coaches, we always have, sometimes we just have discussions, and we always say, especially people of Somali origin, we have Mohammed Farah, Abdi Bashir, Abdi Abdirrahman, Muhammad Ali, yourself, Abdi Nageeye, and we have Mo Ahmed, and so many others. And most of these athletes they're not born in the countries they are running for, and they are very successful athletes. We have a lot of juniors in where we are from the minority communities, and coming to the senior level, they're not there. They are absolutely not there. For example, here in Britain, I can talk about it. This year we had, universities cross country, which is just the next level that is between senior and junior. And we literally had 2-3 athletes of, from minority communities. The rest are not there. What do you think is impacting this transition from junior to the senior, from your experience as an athlete who has come through with the same background?
I think I can talk maybe for the Somali community.
Yeah, for the Somali community, yeah. Let's go for Somali community. Yeah.
I think the number one reason are the parents. Like my example, my father and mother, okay, they were not in Europe, but they thought I was just joking around. They were thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you go and have normal job. And the reason is because they don't know sport is professional, it's business. I think running only in whole Europe is like 50 billion market, the running only. So they don't know this is a job. It can be a job, but forget about that. Those are in Europe. So the parents who are in Europe and their kid is, let's say, 10 years old, he's going to an athletic club, which mostly not, they send him to football because he like it, and he will not disturb the parents. Somali parents will never go with the kids to the football pitch. You see all the other parents, they're cheering for their kids. Somali kids, their parents are not there, their parents, most of the time. There's always football because, okay, he like it, so he will not disturb me. But even if it's athletic, and the kid will reach 15, 16, 15, that's the most time that you'll get so many challenges, 15, 16, 17. And the challenges are to have fun because it's still a kid. They need to have fun. They want to have fun. He sees age group hanging on the streets, playing nice music, thinking like they are all American rappers, bling bling things. And he have these tights and he have to train every morning. So he's thinking he's doing something crazy. He's not cool enough. And we get interested with girls, both sides, if it's a girl or a boy. So it's very challenging period when you are 16, 17, 18. And that's when you need to be a little bit different. You say, no, this is what I like. It's what I want. I want to go to the Olympics. But there's no, so many kids will think about the Olympics. Just running, and his horizon is very short. He's not thinking big. There's no parents telling him to think big. There is no parents who are supporting him. So the kid will go. And I remember the funny thing is when I was 19, 18, the most thing that coach talked about is like, okay, how to say no, to have to learn to say no. So you have a friend and he will call you, oh, today our first day, these girls are coming, these boys are coming. Yeah, but you have to say no. And you have to learn that, to say no and to be able to sleep, not to cry, oh, I'm missing this thing. And now I'm 32, people will think my age group, what he's talking about, but that is big challenge. It's for you big deal when you are 18, 17, 19.
Yeah.
We hang out on the market, on the malls, to the cinema, birthdays, have fun. It's when you think I'm grown and this is the life. I think that's the life. Chasing girls, social media, but you have to train and sleep early. How can you do that? You just can do that when you have discipline, when you have parents who are supporting you. The parents are not supporting the kids. Somali parents are not supportive, 90%. That's why you see me, Mo Farah, Bashir Abdi, Abdi Abdirrahman. That's 4 I know. Mo Ali, that's number 5. They are all supported by white people, white families who were
Oh,
supporting them. Actually, the Somali community will even make you a little bit crazy, because as Somali, we have a lot of codes and sayings. Like, they see you struggling, they are like, why you are struggling? Why you have this? What's wrong with you? You are finished. So they are making jokes about you. So imagine you are 19 and 18 and you're with your parents home and family will visit and they are making joke about the kid. Oh, he's so skinny today. In Africa, we are like to be a little bit big and
yeah.
fat. And the kid is thinking, yeah, I'm doing crazy. And yesterday he have to call with all his energy to call off a birthday or a party. So he's feeling like I did something good, and then the next day this family are visiting and making jokes about him. He's thinking, yeah, actually, I'm the black sheep here. Let me stop this, and they will stop. In Holland, I have a good example. We have two Somali kids who were born in Netherlands. I think 1 year different. The parents were supportive, but I want to, if Somali people are watching this, to know how challenging it is. The father was really supportive of the mother, but the outside world, his friends group,
Yeah, the
were
environment.
most challenged. The environment was challenging a lot. They had me as example, but one of them, he still want to try to run, still focused, still coming to training camp. And one day he said, no, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. And then you think like, what is it? And you can see there is big challenge for him. The environment was challenging him a lot. And we have to take that serious, that it is there. This kid is 17, 18, 19. He have this challenge, and these challenges are big. And he needs really a lot of support. And even with support, some of them will stop, and then you can't force it. Uh, but that's what I mean, how many challenges we have. So it is that moment that many Somalis will fail. And another thing is, I think, the Somali people, the community, they don't know the levels of running, the levels of sports. So I can make everyone wise that I am the champion because I won Netherlands. I'm the best in the world. They don't know what is between a road race. It is called label. It is a race that we were 20 Kenyans and Ethiopians, or it was the race just with the local people. I can just cross a finish line and make them, they think that I'm a champion, but I'm not. So then they don't even know the level you are dealing with. So even if there's a kid who is 17 and he's really the best of his age group, he needs more support. You have to think differently on him, and not the guy that you just know he's just doing for fun and to make him think he's a champion. Because that's also danger. When you think you are 19 and you are already there, it's also another challenge. You have to know, no, I'm not there. I'm good,
But I'm not there.
So then discipline will come.
At the moment, some of the best long distance runners in the world are from the Somali community in the West. Do you think there will be boys or girls of Somali origin born in the West who are going to get to the highest level in athletics, in your opinion?
So you mean more athletes will come out from the West, from Somali region?
Yes, will there be? Do you think there will be more athletes?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are, till now, maybe 10 countries in the West. The best athletes are from Somali origin. They see us, they have seen Mo have seen Mustafa Mohammed before from Sweden. They are seeing us. Today, I think in the US, NCAA, that's universities, it was really high level. 5,000 meter, 3,000 meter, a Somali guy won.
Yeah.
So yes, they are. But I really hope that we inspire also the Somali kids who are back in home in Somalia, not only in Somalia, Somali Ethiopia, Somali Kenya, Djibouti, to inspire them. And so yeah, it's a good start, and you always need role models. So I'm really happy with that. And I really want, when I stop running, to do more for the Somali people back home.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything that you as an athlete, I mean, you are an athlete, you are an active athlete, and we can't ask much of you, but is there anything you do to give back to the community, or that you are planning to, or you're already doing it? I'm aware of, I had a conversation with Abdi this morning, and when I was asking him who facilitated your travel and entry into this particular race, he told me Abdi Nageeye and Abdi Bashir were the people who facilitated me to come to this particular competition. Is there anything that you do that we don't know, that you support, you know, the Somali athletes or any athletes, or you plan to?
Absolutely, absolutely. We are already supporting a lot of Somali athletes. For example, Djibouti have now my manager as a management, the whole federation. Before that, I have helped like 6, 7 Djiboutian athletes to get visa and to run a race. Lucky we are helping me and him and Bashir. So we are helping now, but I want to start from a junior level, and that's challenging. I already talked to, actually my visit to Mogadishu this year was after the last time was 2003. The only reason was to find someone who will support me to open a training camp there. I'm planning the same for Jijiga, planning the same for Hargeisa. I would love to do it in northeastern Kenya, Somali region there, because I know the thing is, what I say, we don't know what athletic is and the challenges. So you can find this guy who is 30 years old who just want to start running, and he will tell you, support me, give me clothes. And you're like, even if I give you clothes, you will not make it. You're already 30. So sometimes we're just supporting them, some of them, but you hope that he will inspire his cousin who's now 17 or 18, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
His much older brother or cousin is running, and then he will start. Because you see many times that someone will start running because her father was running or his father, and they start to do in athletics and they become champion. But the father won this, but who was local that time. So we support in that way, just to spread the world of athletics. So everyone who's asking us to support, we will support. But I really think athletic, it's so simple actually. And I know what you need in training camp. You just need a track, home, where to stay, a minibus, go to school, train, sleep. It's easy, and you put there 20, 30 athletes who have little talent, and you just give them 10 years time, and you will have champions. So it's a simple thing to do, but it need a lot of effort. Now myself, I'm training so much. I can't do it, but I'm planning. So the time I stop running, I just can go and really have one day to have a Somali medal with a Somali flag.
Oh, thank you. Now, what advice could you give to the young athlete who is aspiring to be, for example, the next Abdi Nageeye? There are a lot of athletes within the community who are looking up to you guys. I mean, as a coach, I have a lot of young athletes who say, I want one day to be like Mo Farah. I want to be like Abdi Nageeye. I want to be like Abdi Bashir and the others. What advice could you give to these young junior athletes who are coming up, who are in the West, who are experiencing some of these challenges you have already mentioned?
I think when you are in the West, the big challenge is your friends. So you have to make sure who your friends are. Are they supportive? Are they friends who party every weekend? He can be your good friend, but if he's partying every weekend, you will have challenges. because in the West, we are dealing with totally different things than in Europe. You have no worries, you have pocket money, uh, things are there to enjoy, and running is hard. Every sport is hard to be top athlete. You need to train a lot of effort. So it's you to choose. Uh, am I skipping all these parties, all these happy birthdays, all these fancy things, especially in the summer? The sun is not going down easily,
Yeah,
so um, it's long days. And can you sleep at 9:30 in the evening or 10, and not having all these garden parties or beach parties or whatever, because they are there. We don't know. People are thinking not, but I was that I had that age, and it was really hard to skip all these festivals, especially when you have that kind of friends. But even then, you have different groups. Let's say Somali friends, or let's say from the other Black communities. They have also their challenges with rapping and be cool and expensive clothes, expensive sneakers. So if you are 18 and you want to one day Olympic champion, but you are focusing to buy expensive Jordan, you have a problem.
yeah,
It is not
sure.
easy. So skip that sneakers, forget that fancy handbag, and focus on your training. That person who's thinking now about Jordan, expensive Jordan, and Gucci, whatever, it's actually fake. When he reached 25, he will stop buying that. When he reached 30, he have a girlfriend and he want to marry, he will stop that. When he stop, he will have normal job. He will be constructor, or he will have, and we know the minority, what kind of jobs they do. It's not easy. But you can have 200,000 sponsor contract with Nike or Adidas if you focus now. And he will look then up to you. So always said when I'm advising some of my friends and I see him, putting some head like this, and I said, when you are 35, 40, you will still listen this stupid music. Actually, the lyrics is shit. It don't make sense. But bitch, sexy, this, blah blah. Will you listen when you are 40? No. So actually, you are throwing away your time.
Yeah,
There are better music, but this kind of music will get away from you, disturb your focus. Then that's the problem, because you think it's cool and you want to be cool. So you will go with these friends. You want to have expensive Gucci and Prada and this. But when I was 20, I was just laughing at them when they said, yeah, it's €300. I said, but what is your salary? Nothing. I was working for 1 month alone. So 1 month alone you worked for to buy one sneaker. It is nice, but it will kill my time. And today, they have all regular jobs. When I'm on their phone calling my old friends, we are still friends,
yeah,
and I talk, yeah, I want to buy this thing, and it's like 50K. What? They will be shocked. 50K? I said, yeah. And like, how many years you were putting together? I said, a couple of months. And they can, if you ask them, can you give me 20K? They can give me 20K because they have kids, they have their wife, they have house, um, and they have a job, and nobody have in their bank 30,000. But I have a wife and I have kids, but I have 30,000 because I
yeah,
focused that when they were buying a nice car and expensive clothes, I focus on my training, and I'm making much more money than them. So I want to give that as motivation. Don't think that that moment when you are 19 and 20 that you are a loser. You are not a loser. You are investing on big future for later, in less than 10 years. So if I didn't have the focus in 2009 and 8 and 11, I will not be able to be here today. I had some athletes who were better than me, with better contract, but they didn't focus. Then they stopped. Then they have now a normal job, but they see me, the guy they were beating, but I kept the focus, and I kept putting hours and hours and efforts and effort. And even some of them, they don't want to watch athletics. It's too painful for them. They can't watch me, and they are my friends. They can't watch me racing because it hurt them. They think like, but I was better than him. Yeah, but you didn't keep the focus. I kept the focus.
Yeah.
I didn't interested in money. And I swear to God, some of them, they can't watch me racing. They are feeling pain, not of jealousy, but pain because they failed. And I know they were able to do it also, but they've never had the focus. And we are not talking about 100 years, 50 years, 20 years. We're talking about 7 to 10 years to keep the focus. And we're still enjoying, you're traveling, you're going to training camps. I went to almost all the European cities to have championship. After every championship, you have big parties. You can go crazy that night on Sunday. Then you focus again. So you're traveling a lot, you're making a lot of friends. And another one, you're making a lot of good friends and business people and race organizations and managers that even if I stop today, I can have 20 different jobs, good ones, in around the world because you have all these connections now. You don't need LinkedIn, you don't need Instagram. You have all these connections. You stop. That's why you see when top athletes stop, his job is just like that. You will find a nice job, better job than even a regular person because your name is there. So please keep the focus. When you are 17, 19, 18, 20, I know it's very hard, but keep the focus. Forget about the expensive sneakers. Forget about the expensive clothes and the fancy life. It is fake. Focus, focus, focus. Train well, train smart. Um, and it's not rocket science. We're not launching a rocket here. It's very easy to get the focus. And once you get that focus, it's very easy to keep it. It's just the first 1, 2 years. Then become normal. Just to focus, become normal. To say no, become normal. To miss a wedding, it will be normal for you. And nobody will say you are a bad person. They're all sporting now. They are all sporting when you win a medal. Everyone wants to see you.
Yeah.
Because they know the time, the effort you have put it. So they will have respect for you. It's not you lost time. No, they will have much respect for you because they know, you were doing so much for it. You deserve it. That's why you see all these quotes. When someone win, the parents are talking or the girlfriend's talking, he deserves it because I know how hard he worked for it. So you will have respect, you will have money, you will have name, you will have fame, you will have everything. So keep the focus and you will inspire more people. Today, if I didn't focus with us 9 and 10, I was not able to think about to open training camp in Jijiga, in Hargeisa, in Mogadishu, in Mandera, in Wajir, to help so many Somali athletes. I'm not able to do that. Let alone I will struggle to have my own uh, thing. And today I can support 20 family members. I can support my mother, father, my kids, my uncles, my cousins. I can send to this university. I pay this one's bill. I send this one to hospital. You can do so much as a person. So whatever sport you do, now we're talking about athletics, but please, Somali parents, support your kids, and they will have impact. They will have big impact on their community, on their homeland. So that's my advice.
Yeah, thank you so much, Abdi. That was a great advice. We are coming to the end of the program. I would like to ask you a few simple questions. These are just personal questions. If you don't like them, you can just pass them. It's no commitment on your side to answer this. I mean, you watch football. Which is your favorite team? Or which team do you support?
The Gunners since 2003. The Gunners.
The Gunners.
Arsenal.
Okay. Okay, Arsenal. And what's your favorite food?
Rice, Somali rice with meat.
Typical Somali rice with meat. Okay, I'm sure you have traveled a lot around the world. What was your best travel destination?
It's hard to choose. It's hard. The thing was, I was so focused on my races that I'm not in holiday. So, of course, you are traveling and you can do sightseeing after the race, but sometimes you are tired. If you run well, you are so just happy. You just want to have party with your friends, so you sleep little. So I never had somewhere where I said, "Wow, look around." I never had the time. I have enough miles now to do that later, but I don't know. I don't have, and I'm not very quick impressed. So I was in Dubai, I was not impressed. I was in New York, I was like, oh my God, imagine you have a job on the 100th floor. That was for me a torture.
Yeah.
You know, when you see nice, beautiful Africa and open land and nature, it is crazy to see that. Rome was impression. I like history, so I think maybe Rome when I was in Rome. Rome half marathon.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add to us on this interview before we end it? Is there anything that
I think actually the most important thing I said, one of the other questions was the motivation, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry. And it's really to the Somali parents to send to your kids to sport when they are 7, 8, 9, send them to different sports, tennis. And I know sometimes expensive. I know we don't have the culture, but try. They can find it out. They can have someone who will support them. Like today, like Mo Farah, there was just that teacher who supported him and who liked him.
Yeah.
So they are cheaper sports that they can do. Gymnastics is cheap, athletics is cheap, football is cheap. I'm not saying send them to golf or Ferrari or Formula One, you know, but they are a sport that they can manage well. So yeah, the sport that we are good in, rugby, volleyball, send them to sport when they are young.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Abdi, for your time. And I just hope people who watch this program are going to benefit from your great advice. And good luck with the program that you are planning for the community, to give back to the community in future. And I wish you all the luck in your training and your competition in the coming years. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
You are more welcome, Idris. Thank you.